Oi! Welcome to the TFU, and this is the Not So Grandstand podcast. Reporting live. This is our second.
Reporting
Yeah,
live.
reporting live, boy.
Tell them.
This will probably not be live by the time you're watching.
But
What do you mean? What do you
at
mean?
some
Probably not.
At some point we were live.
At some
and you
point we were
just weren't
live.
there.
Yeah,
We
perhaps
used to be alive.
Yeah.
No, we are alive. You know what? This is our second episode
I'm dead.
in this new season. Let's get straight right into it.
Straight right. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Chelsea, I'm proud. Look, Lampard, N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount, broken. You know what? I won't name everyone now. But in any case, look, I am proud with the way the boys are playing. You know,
Lads.
they keep the ball, but they're also productive in their passing and keeping the ball. Because look, although the past two games, you know, we were not clinical or we didn't get good results, I am happy. Those games were entertaining, and the way that the guys played, man,
Oh man.
you know, 2-2. We took them to the penalty shootout, you know. So, gents, I'm proud of my team. What do you guys think? This agenda right now, the first agenda is Chelsea and Lampard.
As always. What I will say is I like the look of Pulisic. You know, I think he's gonna really step into his shoes
USA.
this year.
USA.
Yeah.
USA.
So shout out Pulisic and shout out who else? Emerson
Golo.
and Golo. Yeah.
Oh. Suddenly that man can dribble. He gave
Yeah,
2 or 3 punters that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah. I think you know what, it's down to Sarri helping him with that,
Yeah.
and then Lampard. You know, it's like boy.
Ah boy.
Every midfielder, every midfielder, they're going to improve.
Jose
Different or have
Mourinho,
a
that's all
different.
you needed to say to Pogba and McTominay. Just go, ah boy, and then they're nice.
No,
Yeah.
it's different, bro. It's different
boy.
because now Lampard was a midfielder, you know, and he
Understood.
you
Yeah.
understand, and like, I think they're all gonna improve it differently. For example, like no one thought that Jorginho was gonna get into the squad, or is gonna be still playing at Chelsea when Sarri's gone. But he's
We
still
all
here.
thought he was gonna follow him,
Yeah, you see,
which is not too late.
it's not too late, you know.
Still have-
But it seems like he's under the plans of
Lampard.
Lampard, you know, because he was. I didn't say he was a regista, but
Eh?
you know, remember his role under Sarri, where
Yeah.
it's just like he is. I wouldn't say defensively, but he's more.
He just sits back
He
and
sits
passes
back
the ball.
and passes the ball sideways.
Yeah.
And in these two games, that was different. At least in preseason as well, that was different.
Yeah.
You know, like okay, you kind of have to run around or forward passes more. You know,
Yeah.
those type of things, and acclimatized to playing with another midfielder next to you.
Yeah.
You understand?
This
So,
is what I require from you, and this is what you're gonna do if you want to stay here.
yeah.
And yeah, man, he's coming. They all are really. Who do you think is gonna be like the starting three if we're going like 4-3-3?
In the midfield.
Yeah, who's your best midfield three? Everybody.
No,
fit,
it's
everybody
There's
I
there's
don't
so
know.
many. In
there's
that
so many
position.
combinations.
going, right?
Loftus-Cheek, Mount, Barkley, Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho.
Hey,
Who else?
Bakayoko. He's still there in the squad.
He doesn't count.
It doesn't count. I don't know.
Had a good like 4 months, 6 months. That's
Eh.
it. No, you're not feeling him. You're not feeling Bakayoko.
He was never good in the Premier League. He was.
I mean, that's
At AC Milan, he
yeah.
had a good couple months, but
It was better than Fred.
yeah,
That
for
is
sure.
unnecessary though. Again, we
It's really unnecessary,
Why?
but it's also true.
Big facts, big facts, big facts.
Sorry. I don't know.
Rashford's better than Abraham.
I don't know, to be honest. Eh?
He just like jumped over that career. It's like, I don't know.
I don't know. To be honest, like it's probably like the most competitive midfield in the top 6 in terms of like squad depth in that midfield.
City,
Yeah.
City
City
Yeah.
leads squad depth at every position.
in
my opinion.
midfield,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
De Bruyne,
Quality and
David
quantity.
Silva, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Foden. I'm forgetting someone, I'm sure, but there's
okay,
There's a
that's
lot
okay.
going on.
Okay, aware,
The
and they're
second.
they're all good. you know.
Yeah, yeah,
They're all
yeah.
good, aware. But I can also
You there? You just like
Oh, yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. You're not quite City.
Yeah. But
No,
nobody
no
can
one's
be
at
City,
City
yeah.
yet.
So I
Except
think
United, what?
That's also not true.
so I don't know. It's quite difficult, you know, because for example, I'm always gonna be like Kante and who you call Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Mm-hmm.
But then, for example, they like Ruben Loftus-Cheek doesn't give you the what can I say? The shooting threat that Mason Mount would give you, for
Yeah.
example.
Mhm.
He doesn't give you the defensive ability that Kovacic would give you, for example.
I
Because
see.
Kovacic is also defensively well.
Yeah.
And he's good. He has like
He
he's
can
good
drive
at
with the
doing
ball,
that.
yeah.
But his attacking output is not as good as
How's
everybody
your
else.
attacking
Everyone.
output?
you understand.
I get
so
you.
so it's quite difficult. But Kante,
Definite
no one's
starter.
is arguing with him. Dude.
Oh.
It's just
Ugh, that man can
understand?
do everything.
I would go Kante, Ruben, and Kovacic as box to box.
that would be
Yeah, that's my-
would, yeah.
Guys.
I also
about
see
you?
that. I also see that.
I would just do the 4 at the back and then play all of them.
Yeah, just like throw them in
Oh.
there.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
See.
You don't need Tammy, Pedro, Willian, Pulisic.
But
just
Pedro's stepping up, guys.
Pedro
I watched
is
him.
stepping
In the other
yeah,
game.
Pedro.
A little bit.
Everyone,
How long
but,
does that last?
wait till
Yeah.
your game decider Willian comes back.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, William decided half of the games every time, right?
Yeah.
Every time that Hazard didn't, he did.
Well done, William.
Also Marcus Alonso, bro. I thought that
Oh.
when Hazard left, like Marcus Alonso would be able to, step up. Because I thought he was better than Emerson. So I thought that he'd be able to like take his place. I did, bro. Because like he does
Weren't you
does
listening
something
to me
different.
last season?
He does something different, in my opinion, And Hazard's thing was you can't. So now I thought like you have Pulisic who just.
I actually thought that sometimes Marcus Alonso
Mhm.
was
Terrible.
okay. Besides that, I thought he was, what can I say, compromising Hazard for me because, for example, Hazard would go out wide.
Yeah.
And then he has to come in. He
Yeah.
does that all the time.
Oh,
But then sometimes he wouldn't be able to come in because
Alonso.
Alonso's there.
Yeah,
Alonso's
occupied.
occupying the space.
Yeah.
And Alonso just does that. It doesn't overlap.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
There's
oh,
the
psych,
goal.
there's the goal.
Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, yeah.
That's what I want. But in any case, continue.
Yeah, I was saying like he bumps one person and then it's like, well, how many people did he bump? Marcus Alonso, didn't he kill somebody?
2.
He killed 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that one time and then it's like, now you can't play no more. I think it's a bit unfair, but it's cool. Yeah, man. But you saw it at City also, the whole overlapping winger relationship thing with Mendy and Sane, and then they can't play together type thing. So yeah, man, I don't know where I'm going with this point. But yeah, you feel me. Emerson, number 1 goal threat for Chelsea. Putting it in there.
Shout out Emerson. I'd like to see him perform a lot
Same.
this season, because I think he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Both attacking and defensively. Okay, both my left backs aren't that great defensively, but
Yeah.
like Emerson, I think
Can do more.
can give us more. Plus, he's quick, has the trickery and skill, So it's something different compared to Alonso, and they're both really technically good.
Mhm.
But in any case, that's me. I
That's
hope.
enough of the Chelsea agenda.
Yeah, that's enough
Yeah.
of the Chelsea agenda. I hope Lampard doesn't get sacked though, because
Yeah.
It's looking a bit bad, bro. It's looking a bit shaky.
That
think
game
so.
was definitely an improvement, and as long as he's improving, it's fine.
I mean, he's improving in terms of playing, but results, bro.
yeah.
It's
Roman
been,
looks
it's
at
been
that
2
like-
games, but yeah.
That's what I'm saying. 2 games, 2 losses.
It's tricky because Roman is
Savage.
you understand what I'm saying, but then at the same time it's like who are you gonna hire, who's gonna
Yeah.
want to come and work with the
Gus
squad?
Hiddink again.
Yes.
Oh, that actually wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Mourinho is free, so.
Mourinho again.
Yeah.
Oh, we can hire Steve Holland. That guy.
I don't even know who that is.
It's the
Assistant
England
coach.
assistant coach.
Oh, hectic.
He used to be at Chelsea for a while. He used to be like assistant, third assistant, whatever. So
Oh, yeah.
under all these managers, he
was there.
He's helpful.
Oh, yeah.
He's good.
Oh, yeah.
Mike
Or
Phelan?
just give it to JT, bruh.
aye.
No, you don't feel
Aye.
him. Oh.
But yeah, that's
Just gonna
me.
Flirt with all that.
That's me with the Chelsea. Oh yeah, with the number 9 shirts, Tammy. Look,
Oh.
don't let it bring you down, bro. That number's yours, bruh. Just
Keep it
hardy
up.
boy. Hardy bruh.
You play
But
him
then
again?
penalty though.
Post and
Aish.
missed penalty. The penalty was trash as well.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Now Adrian thinks he's a good goalkeeper,
You understand?
and Liverpool fans won't keep quiet. I'm talking to you, Mtama.
Dama, who's not here. Why?
He's hungry.
Yeah, eat, boy.
That's basically if he gets hungry too much.
He can't speak about football,
Yeah.
as the most people in the world can't do, I guess.
Yeah, but in any case, speaking of refs, what do you guys think of VAR in EPL?
I'm still a bit shaky, to be honest. I don't know. What do you think?
This is. I don't think VAR is the problem. It's all the weird rule changes, and then how VAR is used is also a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not used for second yellows. I think, I could be wrong with this, but for like with Adrian, with the save penalty against Tammy Abraham, he was off his line. Neither of his feet were on the line. But I think it doesn't get involved in penalty shootouts.
Which is weird because it did that with the City thing, right? With
No.
City and
He's
West
saying
Ham.
like
They do
after
it for,
extra time.
They do it for
Yeah.
penalties, but not
Yeah.
penalty
Not for
shootouts.
kids. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it's, I don't know how, then the handball rules, I don't know if it was different in the
Wolves.
in the Wolves game than to the Liverpool
Chelsea.
Chelsea game, because
Yeah.
there was pretty much the same thing and it wasn't called. So it's just,
Mhm.
we're in a very confusing transitional period right
It's a
now
woman.
where we don't really know how it's being used.
Yeah.
Huh?
According like to what you said about the women referees, also.
Eh?
He didn't say
What?
anything about the woman. referee.
I really heard VAR women referees are from the side of the table, and I'm in the middle. So it must have been, unless it's in Tama's ghost, just like somewhere they see women referees. I heard women referees. I don't know if you guys heard it. And yeah, I don't know. I heard. Did you hear that guy, bro? I don't know. He's like a pundit or something, and he's like, yeah, the reason why they didn't VAR the thingy,
The penalty?
yeah, was because the referees are women.
What does that mean?
That,
I don't know, Hudson. What does that mean?
Why are you asking me? I don't know.
I don't know. You said women referees.
I didn't say women referees.
You just
said-
did, Hudson.
Yeah,
No.
I
Yeah,
just
now I
heard him
just
say
did.
women
Yeah.
referees.
Yeah.
That's
So
okay.
what do
We've
you
all
think,
watched the
Hudson?
video. If you're here, you've watched the video. You know what happened.
So Hudson, what do you think?
About women referees and VAR, but women.
I mean, I feel like, in a certain way, women should ref every game just because the players were a lot more like respectful to them.
It's
There was
true.
no swearing, because you know when you're watching players, you see
Wait,
puta.
wait,
No one said anything.
wait. There's a time, Jorginho. I don't know what he said, bro. Nah, I don't know. What does he speak? Portuguese? Or Italian?
Italian,
Why are you laughing?
because he speaks Portuguese because he's Italian, you know.
You can
No,
speak more than one
because
language
he's
also.
from Brazil.
Yeah, he's from
as
Brazil,
well.
so
yeah.
he can.
Yeah.
So the thing is, he did something, right? And he could have
hold
said.
on, quickly, you saw that they misspelled his name on the back of his shirt.
Really? What
Yeah,
did he
the
say?
H was in the wrong place. It was like George Hino. None of us caught that on the night. I only saw it yesterday or something.
Ah,
No, earlier today.
he could have said. I don't know how they swear in Portuguese or Italian. Fucking hell. I don't know. No.
Say it louder for the camera, bro. Please.
I know, but
Please say it again so we can.
you know how there's like puta, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Puta,
yeah.
you
No
know,
one
like,
said that.
I don't know.
'cause, you know.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You
I'm
can't
like,
But
call
what
some
they did
bitches.
say is what?
I think he said, I don't know. His mouth was
Uh-huh.
like fucking hell or something
What?
like that,
Oh,
you know?
wait.
Which is.
But I saw his mouth
Yeah?
say, I can't say it, bruh.
You can't say what?
Kids, 10 minutes in. God, I think 12. I saw him, I think his mouth moved like fucking hoe.
Oh.
Did you guys see that?
What is
I didn't
fuckero,
see
dog?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why did you wait
Okay,
for
so,
it to
but
be
the
10
point
minutes?
is,
What?
they were way more respectful to the women refs because I don't know if it's just because it's the first time that they're being refed by women or it's just because
They
you're
are
generally
women.
trying to be more respectful to them. But it was good that they sort of fought less and they were nicer about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm,
But then
mhm.
also I feel like, hey,
I can't hear it, fam.
No, it just
like
looks
it.
like you hearing ghosts. Hey, Dama,
they
shut
can-
up.
the mic is good.
Yeah, leave a
Continue,
comment
Hudson.
for the good mic.
Also, quickly, just before moving on, leave a comment saying "Boom Dama."
Yeah.
Because he sucks.
It's just gonna be us three in the comments again.
Boom Dama. So there's 3. And if you see them, you know it's us.
Yeah.
Okay, so then back to the refs. The women, there was like lots of calls that they just weren't making. And I don't know, maybe if it was just a big occasion for them, because it was a big moment. No, not like that they were like letting it flow. That was good.
Yeah.
But like, there was just certain things that they just did not nicely. There was like offsides where, I don't remember specific ones, but it was just, there was a few moments in the game where it's just like, okay, well that's clearly wrong. Throw-ins, that's what it was. Throw-ins, it would...
that happened like twice in a row. I do.
It's supposed to go that way, and then it goes that way.
And it's not even like one of those really close, it's like so obvious. And they gave it the wrong way all the time, so...
Okay. But again, nobody argued, because...
No, people argued, it's just, not like they usually would.
For example, I think I would have thought that some of the calls, in terms of fouls and tackles, whatever, is because, and not giving cards, I would think is because they're trying to allow the game to flow.
Yeah, I'd say that was a problem.
Yeah. Which was cool because it's a final and both teams are very intense.
Yeah.
Understand? And I like that because in some of these games nowadays we don't see that, where refs allow the game to be intense and
that's a side of the women's game that's much better, and why I think they dive less.
That's true.
Just because they're like, okay, we can rather continue to play, just play through these things. So there was times that in the Women's World Cup, the women just don't dive nearly as much. They don't fight, they don't do anything, they just get on with the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that style of reffing sort of helps that. And the men's game definitely needs help in that, because there's so much diving these days.
Yeah, women are just in general more logical and beautiful and stuff,
Yeah, the beautiful game.
Yeah, that is, and they bring the beautiful to the game, bro. And who's gonna argue? Maybe that's why the other guys, not Jorginho, were like really hesitant, because they like the referee, and that's cool, because everybody's allowed to have love in their heart.
Yeah.
That's my final view on the women referees.
I think...
Hudson. Sorry if it disappoints you, Hudson, but I'm not angry at the women referees, Hudson.
I think, look, it's a good initiative that we are incorporating women into more sports and trying to make everything equal or whatever. But from now on, sometimes, and then look, it's good that we should help fund or improve them.
We're struggling here. We're struggling.
Improve the women's side so that they can also come help better the men's football. And then it shouldn't be women's or men's football in terms of refereeing and officials and whatever. It should be like, that's an official, not be like, wow, it's a woman official. Now you guys team talk, you be like, okay, she didn't give the call because she's whatever, or I think because of their quality and abilities and skills to do a certain job, they should be treated with the same respect, regardless of male or female. You understand? It shouldn't be like, yo, wow, it's a woman, big accolade. First, shout out to the accolades. Let's start there.
But it is a big accolade.
Let's start there. It's a start.
Yeah.
It's sad to see that these type of things are like, wow, and more women should be incorporated into the sports,
That being said, it could be a bad thing or a good thing depending on how you look at it, because it's a bad thing but it's a good thing, and it's definitely a thing. Is like after the game, right, more people were being racist towards Tammy than being sexist towards the women refs, which if you look at it in the right way is a dub for somebody. You get me? Because they could have jumped on the woman ref, they were wrong, Tammy just missed a penalty. You get me? So, yes, racism is wrong. But
so when there's basically, the point here is put all the things to discriminate in one place, so that they have to choose one. So
now they at least now
So we should have all the gay people coming out.
Exactly.
All the
exactly.
people playing.
And then now all they can do is just take them all to Italy. Just get them, because that's the hub of all that's where everything is just wrong. Just send them all there and then see what happens. Just let the fans explode. But yeah.
You fucking hope.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Italian.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying, dog. Circling back, right? The racism thing, bro. What are we gonna do, man? What are we gonna do? Come on, guys. Suggestions now.
What are we gonna do? I think there should be harsh implications for fans or sports athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever, harsh implications, you understand?
But just to sum it up quickly, because we did a whole podcast on this.
We did, yeah. That's why.
Harsh implications. I think that's how people are gonna learn, bro.
Yeah.
You know, instead of, for example, finding a club 300k, what's that to a club?
Yeah.
Facts.
Minus points.
Yeah.
Ban a player.
There we go.
Touchline bans, whatever, if it's a coach or whoever. You understand what I'm saying? Harsh repercussions.
Play the stadium empty, bruh.
You understand?
I get you.
Close doors.
Yeah.
So that's it. I think those are the repercussions or consequences. Consequences. So yeah. Next topic.
Yeah. We stand with you, Tammy.
Moving on to a lighter note. Transfers.
That's racist. Are you saying Tammy's dark? Jokes.
Transfers. We haven't done like a full proper thing on all the transfers that have happened. So in Premier League and world football.
I got Tammy, bro.
So for the next, I don't know how long are we gonna talk about this, like half an hour.
Anything.
Spoo just won't be speaking because he doesn't have anything to speak about because obviously, you know, Chelsea.
My players are good, bro. The players that came back.
Tammy. I know I said I stand with you, Tammy, but you missed the penalty, bruh. Come on now. Anyways, transfers.
This podcast is weird. So we can do sort of like focus on Premier League, but also in general, because there were big transfers this window with like Griezmann to Barcelona, Hazard to Real Madrid, and then one thing
Neymar to PSG.
Neymar to Barca or Real Madrid maybe.
You got me there too, bro. I was like, wait, no. Jovic?
But yeah, with the Jovic, recently it just came out that Zidane apparently doesn't like him. He's not impressed, so he's gonna send him out on loan.
Whoa.
Hectic.
Whoa. He doesn't like him in terms of like player or person?
Player. So it's like he's not impressed. He's like, well, he's not good enough for Real Madrid.
Fuck. Ruthlessness.
Who's gonna be the second striker then?
Hazard, I don't know.
Mariano. Is he still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mariano.
But I think he's gonna leave.
Yeah.
Had a sad career from that guy.
Can I continue?
And Spoo made a point when I brought that up to me earlier. That it's becoming a problem these days where managers aren't involved at all in the players' signings. So it's like, it's just the club decide, and then the manager's like, I don't want this guy. He doesn't fit the system. He doesn't play well for us.
Yeah.
What's the point of signing him? And then they'll send him back out on loan. Then
and that causes issues because, like, I can testify with my club, for example. Some of the signings through previous managers, for example, like Antonio Conte. I mean, what?
Antonio Conte?
Yeah, that guy. For example, the hierarchy is like, okay, we need to sign certain players because we think, for example, if the manager is like, this is the criteria I need.
Yeah.
Or this is where I need to improve. The club is like, okay, let's do that. You know, let's sign that player because they fit that criteria. But then you're like, okay, I wasn't necessarily looking at that guy. I wasn't because of his attitude, because he's not left-footed, because you understand.
He doesn't fit my system.
It doesn't fit my
like
system, whatever. He's too short. He's too so forth and so forth. But the club now it's just like, yo, we're gonna splash money there because we have money. For example, you know, sometimes, for example, like it was even said, for example, like some of the signings were more business deals rather than signings for the manager. For example, like I don't know, Christian Pulisic, for example, could have been a business deal because the American market is gonna bring in a lot of money because
he's the biggest American player, so he's trying to bring in some
makes
American
sense.
support.
You understand? It's like, it makes sense as that deal, and we'll just put him there, and then the manager will see with him. Yeah. It's not that he sucks or anything, but Bakayoko, drink water, so forth and so forth. You understand? Yeah. And then it doesn't help because then certain managers, when a club sacks managers, and then the other manager comes, it's like, yo, dog, I can't use you.
Yeah, it's like...
You understand? Yeah. And then we continue sending these players on loan or wherever, and then you're paying like these high wages, and then other clubs can't buy these players because
of the wages,
because of their wages and because of your asking price. Because you bought him for 30 million and then you don't want to sell him for...
You don't want to sell him for less, even though it sucks.
Even though it sucks. And then when you send him out on loan, you still pay like 75% of his wages or something like that. You understand?
Sanchez.
So I think that clubs should... Remember in previous podcasts where I was upset... I wasn't upset, but okay. That football is becoming business orientated rather than the beautiful game. It's not wise, because then a lot of players lose careers like that.
Facts.
Yeah. They're just being dragged around by their agents.
Yeah. Mino Raiola. Hate that guy.
Me too, hey?
So I don't know where Jovic is gonna go because
if he goes, we don't know
if he goes out on loan. That's
yeah, because this is his reputation ruined too. It's not just like, okay, I can't play. If Zidane is seeing something wrong, best believe there are a few clubs that are looking at him like, maybe we can't do that because we also have a certain quality, right? You get me?
Yeah.
So it is his reputation on the line now, and where would he go, bruh? Bayern. That's the only place I could think of.
Leipzig. I don't know.
That's to where he came from because they just lost both their strikers.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not gonna want to go there because
now their
partnerships are gone.
Now they're a small club again after they
again.
Sold all their players.
You see, so I don't know what's gonna happen with him, bro.
That is messed up, bro. Maybe Zidane is just a spoiled child because if we look at it in general, right, what we're saying is right, but you telling me Zidane walked into that club like, okay, I'll come back, and they were just like, here, take all these signings. I think that this man had a list and he had requirements, and he said, this is what I want, and these are who I want. Because no manager walks in, you get what I'm saying, and he's like, yeah, I want nothing, just give me the job type thing. You get me? Yeah, he knew what he wanted. He had his list of players, and I think, I don't know, but I think Madrid got his list of players because Jovic was the premium striker available.
I think that is the reason why he came back, but I also feel like he sort of has the right to be spoiled because he's at Real Madrid. When he was there last time, he won 3 Champions Leagues in a row, so he's like, I expect nothing less than that now.
And the best, yeah.
So it's like, if you are not top 10 in your position in the world, why should I even give you a chance?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Like Maguire's. Anyways, sad situation for Jovic, but good situation for Maguire. Probably the best transfer of the season in terms of a club needing a position filled and needing a player. You know what I'm saying? And that is the guy who they needed. Every attribute that they needed was fit, and he is their person. What's 80 million, bruh? What are we saying?
I think he's a good signing, but at the same time I think he's overpriced. He'll fill in every spot, trust me. Him and Wan-Bissaka coming in, that was that's a wall. Lindelof, Tanzibe can come in as well sometimes. Plus Lindelof, I think he needed a strong partner, to also show off his qualities. You understand? So that's gonna be helpful. He's a ball-playing centre-back. He can actually dribble with the ball because he did that a lot, like at Hull and Leicester. Where it's just like, So it's like, hey, Scott, are you not gonna dribble? Away, give me the ball.
Let me go.
Why?
You understand? So which a lot of defenders don't do.
Facts.
Or if they do that, like Matip, sometimes they take on the players, bro. But then sometimes when you get there, it's like...
In product is a bit shaky, yeah.
Smalling also used to do that, and it was funny every time.
So
Chris.
So yeah, I just think it was overpriced.
Yeah.
I'm not overpriced, but I think the price.
Yeah, it is. I feel like it is too much for Maguire, but it's not. It doesn't say. That is very contradictory.
It is too much.
No. It is too much, but it's worth it. Think about it.
For them, yeah, that makes sense. I feel you.
Yeah, dog.
I feel you.
It doesn't mean if it's not too much, it won't be worth it.
It's like
it can be too much and not worth it.
It's like let me give you an example. Sorry, like if I am hungry, like Mtamawa, if I'm hungry and I haven't eaten for like 5 weeks, right? And you come through and you tell me, here's one slice of bread, I'll sell it to you for R1,000,000. I can't eat R1,000,000. So yes, the R1,000,000 for one slice of bread is overpriced, but I'm gonna do it because it's worth it.
Yeah.
To keep me alive.
Yeah. Thank you, Pa.
I got you, G. Why would he do that? Oh my god, I don't even want it anymore.
After all of that.
Wow.
Disrespect.
I apologize, I shook your hand.
Yeah, but also, hunger is a real issue, guys. Give your 2 rands to KFC and just like, make your moves.
But we actually don't know what they do with that 200 rand.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 rand. It's good that they have these initiatives, but we don't know what they do. Yeah. Maybe if KFC sponsored us, we could know what we do.
Or maybe if Mihlali came on the show and spoke to us about football, we'd enjoy that too. But that's a whole different podcast. Yeah. We'll just have the Mihlali episode.
Yeah. Oh, Lolly and Boys. And all these YouTubers, bro. Yeah. By any case, continue, Maguire.
These big YouTubers.
Yeah.
Speaking of big, Maguire's head. So yeah, I feel like we paid a lot for him. But now we've paid the money, so I'll take it. Done, yeah. He's gonna do his job likely. It's been one game, but it looked like he had been playing in that side for years. He's the captain. He's doing all the right things. So
facts.
I mean, I'll take it any day of the week. Our defense feels solid now, just from the names in there, and just based off of the one game. But still, it feels like a good defense now, and it hasn't for a long time.
We need a mysterious break. I was told to do that, sorry. Alright, so yeah, man, as you're saying, Harry Maguire.
Sorry, can I just go on a second? You know when you were a kid and then you're like, yeah, go ask that girl out. And then it's like, I
my
dare
friends
you.
Told me to do it.
Hello, I like you. My friend said I must say it. You run away. Yeah, then you run away. And niggas just be laughing at you the whole time. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, as you were saying, Harry Maguire is gonna be, well, you're really excited, whatever. You see the exact same thing you're saying. Arsenal fans are gonna be saying the same thing because they have David Luiz and Tierney. Basically, he's a Wan-Bissaka but left back. Not Wan-Bissaka. That's what they're different players, but it's a full back. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So those guys are gonna improve their defense.
Yeah,
undoubtedly.
I think.
Wait, those guys is in Arsenal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think to be salty for a minute, and I know Arsenal aren't really our fans like that because they're our kids, but just to put it into perspective, right? Manchester United bought a debatably top 10 player in their position. Arsenal bought what? Top 20, 30, 40, 50? The players who they bought, Arsenal, right? They're in their position, probably in the top 20 or 30, right? Whereas Man United bought debatably a top 10 player. You get what I'm saying?
Wan-Bissaka and Maguire.
Yeah, I think, yeah. In the Prem, definitely, and in the world, maybe even. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I don't know, I just wanted to, make Arsenal fans feel bad. That being said...
Speaking of maybe making Arsenal fans feel bad, we'll see what our answers are. But, most overrated and most underrated Premier League transfers?
Does it have to
David Luiz, underrated.
Premier League?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Explain yourself.
Nah, man, he's a good player, bro. I think, obviously, people are gonna say he's washed up. He has a lot of defensive errors, whatever, Mm-hmm. But his positives outweigh his negatives for me. As I've seen him play for my squad, and I can see what he can do. They need a leader in their squad. They need a ball-playing centre back, a player who will probably have more assists than Xhaka.
I like how this is just the Arsenal hating podcast.
Who can pass a ball just as better as Xhaka?
Mm-hmm.
Xhaka. You understand? So because now, for example, you won't need Xhaka to play in the squad. For example. Because he's gonna give you a working yellow card. So is David Luiz, but David Luiz's mistakes are better.
His mistakes are better. Is that's the level we're operating?
No. Because
look,
because look, there's Torreira, there's Guendouzi, and there's Ceballos.
And there's also. Or what are you talking about now?
I'm talking about the defensive-minded midfielders. Okay, Ceballos is not really defensive-minded, but he's not an Ozil creative midfielder. He's just a midfielder.
Nice little.
For example, you understand? So you can always bench Xhaka and put David Luiz. He can spray the passes.
Facts.
Whereas Torreira and Guendouzi, you know that partnership. It did well when it lasted. I don't know why. But in any case, so I think David Luiz transfer is a bit underrated for me.
And over?
Hold on, I'm gonna quickly just jump in on that because he's my overrated transfer.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah, because a lot of.
So I feel like everyone's like all the Arsenal fans obviously are like really hyped up. Like, oh, from a rival, way Chelsea, and then like they finally got a defender.
What is
Confetti.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Confetti.
Yeah, they're excited, you know.
Nice.
Coke bottle, champagne, champopo.
Vurpa.
Basically,
Way.
I feel like he's just not the centre back that Arsenal needed. Because even with Koscielny in that back line sucked. I feel like now he's just another one of those defenders. Like, he needs someone solid next to him. Because he's not the solid guy that holds it down, that doesn't make the errors. He's just another interesting error-prone defender that's going to play at Arsenal. He said, I think he said, I don't know if this was a joke quote or a real quote, it's hard to tell when it's David Luiz. He said, but at the end of the day, a clown like me belongs at a club like this.
Hectic.
At a circus like this.
At a circus like this? Yeah.
Was that a joke?
I think it was.
Oh yeah, that can't be.
He probably said it.
The thing is, no, like, you don't know because he's a clown. So.
And also, we've seen how. Never mind. Please continue.
So I feel like he's the overrated one for me, just because people are saying like he's gonna solve all their defensive problems. I feel like he's just not gonna make a difference. Really, he's just another funny centre back to add in there.
I feel like that's just a part of the Liverpool problem. Sorry to jump and cut you off. It's just like they got Van Dijk and they were like, yeah, he solved all of our problems. Now everybody's looking to make that one signing that's just gonna come in and do it and get it done. You know, and that's not always how it works. Even with even with Jovic, you know, you can't expect this 21-year-old striker to really carry the mantle like that. He is only 21.
Yeah.
And unless you're Tammy, because apparently Tammy, like, he's whatever he does is gold, according to Spoo. I don't know. But yeah, man. Overrated?
Who's underrated for you?
For me?
Or overrated for you?
No, I'm gonna go because I thought I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna think.
Yeah,
Please go.
I don't know who's overrated here. Let me see. That's a new goal.
Overrated.
Okay, so for me, underrated.
Yeah.
We all need to think about this now because there's been so many signings and it's like, because what's it with Rodri for Man City? He's a potential there, just because the thing is I don't know if that's he's not necessarily he's not underrated because he's rated as it's that good of a signing that it might even be underrated because he's straight into replacing Fernandinho.
You know who's also underrated?
You can tell by the laugh. I don't know what he's gonna say. You can tell by the laugh that it's gonna be some wild. Go please.
Alvaro Morata.
For Premier League.
Oh, for Premier League. Oh, okay.
I might put Daniel James in that underrated there, just because I feel like he's sort of unknown. We don't really know what's gonna come of him, so. He can be underrated based off of how he performs. Just because he has the tied fastest debut goal at Old Trafford at 7 minutes after coming on with Solskjaer, so that's cool.
I don't know who I want to go for overrated. I don't know. I can't really think of one. I want to say Lo Celso. Lo Celso, you know, but it's just because I haven't seen much of him. I think I don't wanna sound like I'm hating when I say David Luiz because I don't rate him like that. But I definitely think he is an improvement. You get me? Yeah. And I don't think anybody's really going crazy like that and being like he's better than Van Dijk. So I don't know. I don't know, but I think for now because I haven't seen much, and this is gonna come back to bite me, I'm gonna say Lo Celso because like he will probably do well, and then it's gonna be my issue, you know. But yeah, for overrated, I'm going to say Lo Celso. And for underrated, I am going to go for Tom Heaton at Villa.
Yeah, that is... Why?
Because, like, nobody's talking about it like that. You know, he's just, like, another goalkeeper. But I think to show up their defense, I think he's going to have a big impact. You saw how he played with the game that they played this week. I don't know, who was it against? Tottenham, right? He was great.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Potential England first choice keeper.
You get me, and nobody else is like, nobody's talking about him like that. So I think for underrated, that's what I'm gonna go for, personally. Yeah.
I might also throw. It's hard for me to decide, and then I feel because the ones I'm thinking of, it's United players, so I feel biased.
Yeah.
But Dean Henderson for Sheffield. Because they didn't really have a goalkeeper. He was their goalkeeper last season. He had the most clean sheets in the league.
Did he play this weekend?
Yeah, he played.
Only conceded one against Bournemouth.
Yeah, he played really well in that game as well. So I feel like he's also up there. I don't know who to just for underrated, just because no one's talking about it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to stick a label for me for underrated because I feel like now that the Premier League continues to grow, so lots of signings are getting just more attention.
Yeah.
And each club is I know who I'm going for underrated. Each club is getting more quality players, so each club is just building on it, so everyone knows more about everything, and it's all like Wesley, whoa.
Yeah.
Wesley. So, but for me, I'm gonna say underrated could be because he's at West Ham. Pablo Fornals could be, also might not be, but I'm gonna go for him because of the potential that he has and how good he is. But it's just he's at West Ham, so I feel like he could easily just go in at City and be one of their first or second choice team players at City. Just 'cause I feel like he's that good. But because he's at West Ham, I don't know if he'll be able to show how good he is.
Have the freedom kind of to like express. Yeah. I'm unfamiliar completely.
Yeah, but Villarreal, and they got him for like 21 or 22 million, which is crazy.
I'm gonna watch a lot of compilations tonight and get back next week with the assessment. Yeah, man. Spoo, you wanna change your mind? Nobody would like to talk about over underration.
I don't know who's overrated today. I haven't given it thought. It's difficult.
It is, right?
Yeah,
I think
difficult.
Tielemans might be there for me.
Underrated?
Yeah, no over.
Explain yourself, because that is a controversial opinion.
Kav, sure, this man, he's good, right? And he's gonna do a lot and whatever. He's gonna be great, right? And he's doing a great job. But, right? What are we saying that makes him that good? You feel me?
He's two-footed, he's quick, he has great passing ability, shooting, good ball control,
he's good at shooting.
tackle. He's fantastic at shooting.
I could have asked that question about anything and they would have gone on like that.
Nah, ridiculous at shooting.
He's good at passing,
Yeah.
He's really good at passing, he's got a good long ball. He is the player I want to replace Pogba if he ever leaves.
Hectic. I don't know, bruh. I wasn't really...
You need to watch some YouTube compilations of that.
I wasn't being serious because like, I was just trying to, poke him because I knew that he likes him. So I was just trying to get him on fire. Yeah, but he did. He gave the little yo, But yeah, man, it's cool. It's fine. Who else? What about Mason Mount? I think he's overrated.
Nah, but he's not a signing. Oh, you wanna put him as a signing?
Let's count him. He doesn't count. I think he may be overrated though. Let's not even lie about it.
Well, you can say that about any young player that they might be overrated. Phil Foden might be.
But you saw him play though.
He was nice, and he scored that weak foot goal that was disallowed though.
He looks like he's like one step above Jesse Lingard, but only one step.
And isn't that pretty good for an 18, 20-year-old?
So basically, Jesse Lingard is good too. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, Lingard's good, but he's not great, and he's 26. So.
Yeah, 20 goal season incoming though. I'm joking. It's gonna be 10. 10 goals this season.
Yeah, I don't have someone who's overrated hard agents.
Do you think Ruben is overrated?
I don't have anyone who's overrated. I don't.
Maybe
I don't.
Sessegnon. Because
Sessegnon,
he came into Tottenham and he was the guy, and now he's not like the guy. I don't know.
I feel like there wasn't much attention on that transfer.
Facts, but when I say Sessegnon, you already think he's at a level.
Mitrovic. He's still at Fulham.
I think so.
Ah.
Is that just what hit him right now in this moment? He's like,
players.
Mitrovic. Bruh.
Where
Yeah,
was he gonna
I
fit?
haven't kept up with Fulham players where they've gone. I think Anguissa, I know, went to Villarreal. Seri went to Galatasaray.
On loan. Imagine.
Yeah, on loan.
Imagine. Fulham believe that they
They're
can.
planning, they're bouncing back, and then they're getting their players back where they got relegated with. Oh, that's a great idea, Fulham. Nice.
Bruh. Mitrovic.
Mitro's on fire. Your defense is terrifying.
Me, I'm like, man, can replace Lukaku anytime, bro.
But how many teams in the Prem do you think play with that like style to have him?
On start.
Like,
He's good with his feet,
He's
actually.
good,
you know?
bro. Mitrovic is just
is
good.
he fast?
He's not.
He's everything
so-
pretty
but-
much except fast.
Okay,
Yeah.
can I say like my overall analysis, and I'm not a football analyzer, right? Just wanna put that out
Analyst.
there. Analyst.
Analyst.
Whoa, I got you. You got
What
me.
did I say?
You said analyst.
Yeah.
What did I say?
What did you say?
I don't analyze football professionally or at all. So
You do, bro. What are you doing?
yeah,
here?
but like this is for
Sort of-
fun. I mean, like professionally, like like as a.
You
as a
just
thing.
said professionally or at all.
At all professionally. Listen, you were jumping on the
This
wrong.
is at a
This is the
professional
wrong.
level, guys.
This is the wrong. But like I say all of that to say this, right?
Ooh. Did you hear
When
all of that, all of this, boys.
all of that to all of this, right? If we're saying Mitrovic, if we're saying the way that the lower teams play, right? Most of them they play good football and they pass and whatever. But most of their goals come from attacking teams on the break, right? Can we all agree?
Okay.
I think that's how Wolves got most of their points last season. Of
Yeah.
us, like everybody, right? That's how, like, Villa, they looked the most dangerous on the counter attack this weekend, right? I don't think that Mitrovic can play.
But
Let's
then
go on the counter.
You also have strikers like Dini.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a counter-attack player. Sebastian Haller, who just signed for West Ham, he's not a counter-attack player.
I mean, not yet for Haller. And Dini brings something different. Dini is a special case. Dini is.
You don't think
Amazing.
Mitrovic is special?
I don't think Mitrovic is able to do that specific thing.
Hey, boy.
Yeah.
How is Mitrovic not in the Premier League?
Where would you put him in, bro?
The thing is, he really.
United.
But nah, hey.
We don't-
hey.
I mean,
Sorry,
he could have.
why-
I would have taken
no.
him over Lukaku.
All of our strikers scored against him. None of his strikers scored. Okay, so we all know who needs a striker in their team. Away. Anyways, as I was saying, so you saw how Wesley was playing. Wesley, who is considered a goodish signing, right? And that's his style of play, I'd say, to Mitrovic. Target man, hold it up, whatever, link the play, and, head on the ball, finish, whatever. Wesley was getting destroyed.
But imagine, Mitrovic scored 12 goals for Fulham. How bad were they? He scored 12 goals.
Most of them were headers, weren't they?
They were good goals.
Mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously
Strikers
I'm not
goals.
a football.
He's actually good with his feet.
Obviously, I'm not a football fan like that, because I'm not watching Fulham. But what I will say is, right,
Watch a compilation of Mitrovic.
I will watch a
You
bit.
gotta watch all the compilations.
Listen, these
tonight.
compilations are stacking up, bro. I gotta watch a
They're
Tielemans compilation.
They're compiling.
Nice. Now I gotta find a weakness in Tielemans' game to come back and talk to Spoo about. But
He's
yeah,
not
man.
defensively strong.
Listen,
he's not that
Tielemans is not
skillful.
defensively strong or skillful, eh?
Yeah.
What do you have to say about
I wouldn't
that?
say that's a weakness, but that's not
But he
essential to his
isn't
game.
bad at either.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, he was gonna bring it up as a weakness, and I'm like.
So you're just
that's
saying it
not
now,
really-
you know,
Yeah,
Eminem 8 Mile.
Eminem 8 Mile. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Continue.
No, that's all I wanted to say is I don't think Mitrovic would fit a system that the way that these guys are trying to play. He's not a Pookie or a, I don't know, whoever.
Timu.
Yeah, but then in your case, Fulham were not always playing on the counter, for example, right?
Yeah.
So then that would mean he would fit in a team that is 14th, that finished 14th and above, for example. Because those teams who finished 14th last season? Let's say 12. No? Let's say 12. The teams that finished 12th and above, they were not necessarily always playing in the counter, except for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So he would fit in that squad, in those squads, because...
Burnley.
Underrated signing. Philip Billing for Bournemouth.
Tyrone
Mings for Aston Villa.
No, he was there last season, wasn't he?
No, but it's a signing now.
Oh, now it's
signing. Phil
Billing.
Billings from Huddersfield.
Yeah, he's only like 22.
Yeah. He's just like, what's it, B-Tech Pogba?
Yeah. Leroy Fursi.
But he's good though.
Yeah. He's good.
Where did he go?
Bournemouth. Yeah.
He played and he almost scored. That man has a long shot.
Long shot. You should watch a compilation.
Of Philip Billing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but Philip, he's good. The Dane. Yeah, he's good. So I think that's also an underrated signing. Thank you. And Tyrone Mings. Yeah, but in case we're talking about Mitrovic, I think he can fit in those squads because he's good with his feet and he's also good in the air. But then if you look at it, some of those strikers, for example, that are as good as their feet, they're not necessarily dominant in the air. Mitrovic is good with his feet and he's dominant in the air.
Facts, no problem.
Whereas, Lukaku, I don't
is
know, but he
dominant.
just fell off, bruh.
Oh, he was just...
Because, you think he's good aerially.
I think...
But...
in my mind, Lukaku, I don't want him to be the guy that he was last season for United, because that guy was just bad at everything. He couldn't control the ball, he couldn't dribble, he didn't win anything aerially, he couldn't finish, he couldn't pass, he couldn't do anything. But Lukaku isn't that player.
Yeah.
So he is a good player, and I think he'll show it at Inter Milan. So I don't want him to be that player in my mind. But wow, he is a good reference point to go back to when you want to compare it to strikers who are bad at something. Inter
Milan might go far in the Champions League.
Because of Lukaku, right?
Because of the signings and Antonio Conte.
Conte. It's fine.
That man is stubborn, bro.
If he wants to win, he wants to win.
Yo.
Shout out, Serie A.
I'm just looking at his squad, but defensively.
Nah, defensively,
yeah.
Oh, good in. That's a signing.
Skriniar, bruh. I watched compilations. Hey.
But Skriniar is also just... I've watched, I think, one game of... Probably more one game, but the preseason game against United, he was just...
No, he was getting ripped apart, bro.
But he was frustrated.
He was kicking people. Yeah. He was just getting unnecessarily violent.
But we were fitter, weren't we?
I don't want him anymore. We were linked with him. I don't want him anymore.
You don't? I would take it, yo.
You disrespected my players. It was rude.
But yeah, I think that's us, guys. You tell us who's overrated, underrated. Comments below.
Make sure comments down.
Comments down.
And make sure you leave in the comments Boom Tama. The longest boo gets a shout out in the next podcast.
We should do that. The longest boo gets a shout out in the next. That's a good idea. Because everybody's like, I want to hear the name. Yeah, but it'll be the end of the next podcast, so you have to watch the whole thing.
Why did you say when it's gonna be? Because they were gonna watch it. Now they're just gonna skip to the end.
No, it'll be in the beginning. Trust me. Trust my boo. Let it burn. Let it burn. Gotta let it burn. Deep down, you know it's bad for yourself. I wanna run.
What do you think, Hudson?
Oi. Dance you into the oi.
DJ Hardy.
Drops mic.
Oh! Find the booth.
Fly outside.
Okay.
Run Josie.
Listen, fam. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.
Out.